Sorry. Make sure. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Rock a Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Shemal, the Thun by Shem Yahweh Shah, and my sisters, Priest and Officer of 5,000 Rakab, Israelite School of UPK. Uh, Bear with me 1 second. I'm just trying to see if we broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook or what have you. So if you got any questions, come on with it. But let me just make sure we live. Let's see. All right, no sweat. So we are on Rhode Island. Broadcasting on Rhode Island on there. Check Facebook. So we're not on Facebook. Let me see. Oh, so we are on there now too. All right. No sweat. All right. Give it about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to spark it off, all right? Okay. 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes. We're going to get this thing rocking. All right, so it looks like I'm not going for reader. There's no sweat. All right, no sweat, so let's get it in. I said, Macabre Israelite School, UPK, 1 West, 125th Street, under command of General Yohana. Might have to put that down, though. Today I want to, The subject matter for today is going to be endurance. You know what I mean? When you come into the truth, you know, initially you're gonna go through trials, tests that are gonna, try you to see if you're worthy for the reward that the Most High has in store for you. And in order for you to receive that reward that the Most High has for you, that reward being salvation. And to break that down, salvation in essence for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians would be being delivered from the hand of their oppressor, being delivered from your oppressor, the slave master. You understand? Mass incarceration, the end of it, that would be salvation. That's a reward. Death, murder, you know what I mean? Brothers killing each other in the street, being murdered by the police, getting drugs implanted in your neighborhood. The removal of all of these things would be salvation for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. The end of homosexuality, the end of abortion. You know what I mean? The end of high blood pressure, diabetes. No more roaches and rats living in the projects. The removal of all these things, this would be the salvation that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that come inside the truth and serve the Most High in sincerity and in truth could expect to receive. You understand? And rulership of the whole earth. Meaning what? The commander in chief of the earth, the whole entire earth, will be a black man by the name of Jesus Christ. You understand that? And so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that get up in this body while we living in this hell and endure unto the end. Those brothers that prove worthy, they'll be the ruling government that is under the authority of Christ. You know what I mean? And the world that we live in today will no longer exist. But a new world will arise where black people have rulership, have dominion over the land. You know what I mean? Where we have black businesses. You know what I mean? You're the hiring manager. When a heathen wants a job, they have to come to you. And you decide if you're going to employ that heathen. Right now, your employer, your hiring manager is your oppressor, your slave master. And right now, he decides if he'll employ you or not. But it's going to be an absolute reversal of the roles. You know what I mean? One where somebody is in rulership, the other one where somebody is subject to the rulers. The somebody is all the other nations that are not Israelites. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Israelites. So if you're not in that lineup, if you're not within that nation, you will be in subjection to the authority of a black man. You understand? To a Hispanic, to a Native Indian man. You know what I mean? But in order to achieve that, in order to make that goal really manifest, what it's going to require is a brother or a sister to stand firm in this truth and endure unto the end. So, without any more delay, we're going to jump into the first scripture in 2nd Ezra 7. And we can start at Let me see where I want to start. Bear with me 1 second. We could start at verse 6. So, just to bring you up to speed, because I don't want to read all of the verses going up to 6. But basically, Ezra's had been dealing with an angel of the Most High, right? Him and this angel had been having dialogue with one another. You understand? And the angel of the Most High wanted to communicate something to Ezra. And this is what was going to be communicated to him through the way of that angel. All right. So let's start at 2 Ezra 7, and then we can go to verse 6. There is another thing. A city is builded. So he said there's another thing because he had mentioned things prior to this. A city is builded. So the angel is telling Ezra that a city is builded. What is this city? This city is the kingdom of heaven. What is the kingdom of heaven? The kingdom of heaven in this context is Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian rulership, as we just discussed. And it's set on a broad field. It's set on a broad field. We're going to get into it. And it's full of all good things. Just like we discussed. It's set on a broad field. You know what I mean? Like we will have dominion over the whole earth. You understand? And it's full of good things. Right now, we don't understand what it means to have good things. You know what I mean? Why? Because for so long, for centuries upon centuries, we've been subjects under the other nations. We've been impoverished by the other nations. You know what I mean? On a broad field now, you know what I mean? This is abundance. We're going to have an abundance of these things. You know what I mean? We will have so many good things that we'll be able to look onto the other nations and say, man, them nations is doing bad. They eating Rock want to feed them. What do you want to feed them? Chicken fingernails. You know what I mean? He don't want to give them the chicken feet. He want to give them the fingernails from the chicken. You know what I mean? One day we'll be able, because we have so much food. Our food is plenteous. You understand? Our wealth is plentiful. You know what I mean? We'll be able to show some mercy to these heathen nations. And we'll have so many good things that we can give them the crumbs of what we have to satisfy their daily needs. You understand? That's going to be what the kingdom is going to be. And notice that it didn't say the kingdom is here. It said a city is builded. You know what I mean? When you come inside the truth, you come inside of the ISUPK, which is the one body of Christ on this earth. The only place that the kingdom of heaven will truly be manifested. It says that a city is builded. You come up inside of here, and what you got to do is, you got to look at it like we building a castle. And what you want to come and do in here is, if you a brother or a sister, you want to come and you want to put your brick in. You know what I mean? To help build this city. You know what I mean? Put your brick in. This city has to be built. You know what I mean? The kingdom of heaven will be built. The scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom. You know what I mean? The saints are the Israelites. And it says we're going to take the kingdom. You know what I mean? So, let me see if I had any more on that. On 6. But full of all good things, man. Full of all good things. Just imagine having your own land. Having acres upon acres of land. You know what I mean? Having homes that you own. Having land that you own. Having cattle that you own. You know what I mean? You like steak? You like chicken? You know what I mean? You got chickens on your farm. You know what I mean? You got cows on your farm. And you got heathen nations out there tending to that cattle, making sure that they grow big and strong so you can have a freezer full of steak ready to get cooked, making sure that them chickens get fed right. You know what I mean? So you can cut them up and you can have as much chicken as you like. You know what I mean? Having all the strong that your heart could desire. Not to the point where you're an alcoholic or something like that, but you know, you will be able to indulge in the finest of spirits. You understand? Having a distillery, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Having a distillery, having one of the heathen nations, someone from a heathen nation overseeing that distillery. You know what I mean? And making sure that the produce is fine to the satisfaction of the owner of that distillery. You know what I mean? Which is you, so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. You know what I mean? This is what we have to build. And it's worth building it. It's not easy. It didn't say it was going to be easy to build it, but it definitely is worth it to build a kingdom where we're independent as a nation of people versus being dependent. You know what I mean? The only way you think you could have a business is if you go to the wholesaler. You know what I mean? You go to the wholesaler and then you sell the product retail. Right? But in the kingdom, you will be the wholesale. You will have the wholesale market in the yoke. You understand? Straight like that. All right. Let's read on though. Let me see if I wanted to get a little more on that. Matter of fact, let me see. Bear with me 1 second. I might want to bounce to the next joint real quick before I come back here. Just bear with me 1 quick second. We still gonna get more on that. You know what I mean? Okay. No sweat. So we're definitely gonna go there afterwards. But for right now, we're going to stick in 2nd Ezra's, the 7th chapter, and what was we at? The 7th verse? I believe so. You know what I mean? All right, so now we're going to get it, and then we'll go to Matthew next. All right? The entrance thereof is narrow. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow. So it's talking about the entrance to this city. You know what I mean? It's narrow. So before you get to the city, the entrance to come into the city is going to be narrow. You know what I mean? The city, as we know, is the kingdom of heaven, right? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian rulership. Let's read on. And it's set in a dangerous place to fall, right? So it's set in a dangerous place to fall. Right? Let's read on. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. You know what I mean? A dangerous place. You step into fire. What's gonna happen if you step into fire? You're gonna burn alive. You know what I mean? What's gonna happen if you step into a deep water? Eventually you'll drown. You know what I mean? Both of those, the conclusion, the outcome of going into the fire and going into the water are both death. You understand? It's dangerous. Okay? Let me read that one more time. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set and a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left hand, on the left, a deep water. Salakia. You understand? And one only path between them both. Meaning what? That there's no shortcut to get to the kingdom. You know what I mean? You can't take any shortcuts. There's only one route to get to the kingdom. There's only one way we could take the kingdom. It has to be done in a certain order. The order that the Most High ordained for us. All right? So now we'll go to Matthew, what was that, 7 and 13? Right. So now let's go to Matthew 7 and 13. We're going to bounce back and forth real quick, all right? Okay. Matthew 7 and 13. Okay. Boom. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And there be which go in thereat. Salaki. And many there be which go therein at. Going thereat. Salakia. You understand? So you have to come in through the straight gate. You know what I mean? That straight gate is the Israelite school of UPK. You know what I mean? Getting inside of this body is the only way that you could ever build the kingdom of heaven. You understand that? Why do I say that? Because this is where the Lord put his spirit, you know what I mean, out of every organization, every pro-black movement, you know what I'm saying, every Christian church, every Muslim mosque, every so-called Hebrew Israelite group. The Lord put his spirit in the ISUPK. His spirit rests on the brothers in here and the sisters. You know what I mean? Enter ye in at the straight gate. You ain't gonna get the kingdom of heaven if you out here eating bat soup. You know what I mean? How will you ever be a ruler of the earth? How would any nation look to you as somebody they should model themselves after, somebody they should obey, when you don't even have common sense to not eat bat soup, to not eat a bat? You don't have the intelligence to discern what's something that's clean and unclean to consume. In the ISUPK, we do have that. Why? Is it because we so great? No, it's not because we so great. It's because the Most High is great, and we follow his greatness. We have, as a nation of people, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, have a dietary law. We have a dietary law that won't permit you to eat bat soup. You can't eat a dog. You can't eat a cat. You know what I mean? We are intelligent enough. The Lord has blessed us with the wisdom to discern what is clean and unclean, and what should be consumed and what should not be consumed. You know what I mean? And for that reason, the Israelites won't have the coronavirus. You understand? Or any other illness associated with food consumption. You know what I mean? That's why we will rule the earth. You know what I mean? Because we entered in, we are that straight gate. You come up, that's why the kingdom of heaven, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and the ISUPK will rule the whole earth. Because we have a dietary law. When we're in rulership, you won't have sexually transmitted diseases. You won't have herpes and chlamydia and what else do they have? You won't have HIV. You won't have AIDS. Why? Because we have the blueprint to forego all of those illnesses. You know what I mean? You won't have men sleeping with another woman, sleeping with a woman that belongs to another man. You understand that? You won't have women that have husbands sleeping with any man that is not their husband. You understand? There won't be we have order when it comes to how we deal with one another. How a man deals with a woman sexually. Vice versa. And a man will never sleep with another man. You understand? Or a woman will never sleep with another woman. Why? Because we have laws against that. And everyone should follow that example that we have set. And you wouldn't have HIV/AIDS. You understand? That's where the AIDS virus comes from. It's a punishment. It's a curse sent from the Most High. You understand that? It's in the Bible. You understand? So, maintain at that straight gate. You know what I mean? You won't have brothers out here talking about you can rape a 12-year-old girl, or you can rape any woman for that matter. You understand? Rape will be abolished. You know what I mean? All of these things. Right now, you got brothers that's in the world and sisters in the world right now that they'll never trust a black man. They'll never trust a black woman. Why is that? Because in the society, in the kingdom that we currently are in, where the heathen, our oppressor is in rulership, it's lawful to lie to one another. You know what I mean? You know how much evil comes from lies? You know how much death comes from lying, scheming? You know what I mean? You got sisters out there that'll set you up cold with a deceptive nature. You understand? That'll seduce a man with a lying tongue. And they'll destroy that brother or get that brother destroyed. You know what I mean? To set another brother or sister up. Dishonesty. You know what I mean? That's not something that's looked at as if we have to uphold or upkeep. To be a people that are honest. Why would anybody... That's why you got all these problems that's still going on in the earth right now. Because there's nobody that's honest on the earth. You can't deal with each other rightfully. You can't deal. It's always going to be, there will never be peace if you don't have honesty. If there can't be any type of trust, there will never be peace. You understand? at all. You're gonna have Trump and Kim Jong Un, and they're gonna talk about, you know, North Korea denuclearizing. If I said that, denuclearizing, yeah, I think that's what it is. You're gonna have them talk about it, and North Korea will say, yeah, we'll shut down uh our nuclear labs and all of this, and we won't try to progress or move forward with our nuclear program. And then as soon as Trump turns his back, they're gonna make another. They're gonna make that nuclear missile. You know what I mean? And then Trump is gonna make another bigger one. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. Because there's no honesty. You can't deal with anybody rightfully in this kingdom. Everything is deceit. You know what I mean? No one can be trusted. But Israelites can be trusted. You understand? And dishonesty will not be tolerated in our kingdom. Enter ye in at the straight gate. You know what I mean? Absolutely sick. Cats is out here. They absolutely sick. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? It says, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. That Christian church, seating that mega church you up in, you listening to TD Jakes, you listening to Creflo Dollar, you know what I mean? That's the broad. Why? That's the wide gate. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many people up in there. Because that's a wide gate. It's easy to go up in the Christian church. You don't have to change to go in the Christian church. You can go inside of the Christian church, be a homosexual, and still sing and dance on the choir. I just seen an article that a brother posted. I believe it was somewhere down south where it was a sister. She was a pastor, and her husband murdered her in the church, shot her after she gave the sermon. You know what I mean? Wide is the gate to destruction. You know what I mean? You could go up in that Christian church and it'll make you feel good. I always tell the story. I seen a brother, man, supposed to be a hardcore, respected brother in the street. You know what I mean? I dropped the truth on him. I try to drop the truth on him, and I ain't come through like no Christian or nothing like that. I just gave it to him straight up. Like, told him what it was and stressed the importance of all the things that, we be dropping. And he, nah, I don't want that. I'm all right. I see the cat, somewhere down the line, and he's coming out of a Christian church with a big old smile on his face. You understand? Walking out the Christian church with a humongous smile on his face. Cheesing from ear to ear. Wide is the gate to destruction. But you know why he'll go up in there? Because it's easy to go up in that Christian church. Everybody can go up in there. Anybody that's destroyed can go in the Christian church and stay destroyed in that Christian church. You can't stay destroyed in ISUBK. And then furthermore, the Lord doesn't want everyone up in here. You understand? But wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. You know what I mean? But the same thing up in that Islam, Christianity. Many be that go in thereat. You know what I mean? Sister go up in that Christian church, and she could still be a loudmouth dragon. You understand? She could be the most cruel, insensitive creature on the face of the earth and destroy all with her mouthpiece. You know what I mean? She can stay that way and go up in that Christian church long as she pay her tithes. You know what I mean? She can still be a whore. You know what I mean? Y'all can still eat them pork chops. Them collard greens with the, dang, I always forget what they put in them joints. I forget what they put in them joints, but it's some pork up in them collard greens. You know what I mean? You can eat all of that. You can eat all the shrimp you want up in there and get that high blood pressure. All that pork and get that high blood pressure. You know what I mean? Because as you know, those foods have a high sodium content. You know what I mean? And that's not why we eat it. Why we don't eat it. We don't eat it because the Most High said not to eat it. But there's clear benefits to not eating those things. You understand? But the wide is the gate to destruction, man. You know what I mean? Many. You want to jump up in one of these fake Israelite groups? Go right ahead, man. You could be the police. You know what I mean? You could put them in a cell with no bail. That was a horrible thing. I saw it yesterday, man. Absolutely horrible. You know what I mean? These cats claiming they men of the Most High, yet and still, you'll become a police officer. You align yourself with a destructive force such as the police force. You know what I mean? And you'll tell a black man and Hispanic and Native Indian that you'll lock them up and put them in a cell with no bail. You know what I mean? You'll listen. Absolute traitors, sellouts. The definition of it. Why do I say that? Because these cats, if they see your name on a wanted list, you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn you in. And they're going to get that reward money and use it for their nation. You understand? Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. Wide is the gate to destruction. You know what I mean? Clearly, these cats is destroyed. All of them. Every last one of them, man. You know what I mean? Oh, let me see real quick. Oh, snap. Let me turn this. Drop that joint right quick. Okay. So, with that being said, let me see if we got any more on that. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. You know what I mean? And few be, Slakia, and few there be that find it. You know what I mean? Not every brother or sister is going to find this truth, man. Because first of all, like I said, Christ, the Most High, don't want everybody up in here. That's one. You know what I mean? Everybody's just not going to understand this truth. You know what I mean? You be a brother or sister that find the truth, and I guarantee you go out and you try to tell everybody about it. Nobody hears it. You know what I mean? No one. But this, you not living, you realize that everybody else is dead that's around you. Everybody else is a drug addict. Everybody else is destroyed, suffering from depression, schizophrenic, paranoia, PTSD. You can look around and you can clearly see that everybody else is dead. You understand? And you come into this truth and you find it and you say, dang, this now, you not living. You know what I mean? You alive, but you not living until you find this truth. You know what I mean? Until you come up inside this body, you really not living. You don't know what brotherhood or sisterhood is. You don't know what it means to be alive. You know what I mean? Let me see if I want to... we could drop that. We're going to go back to 2nd Ezra 7. And 2nd Ezra 7. And I forgot where we left off, but we're going to pick it right back up where we did leave off. I believe it was 7 and 7. If I'm not mistaken. The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall. Like okay. Make sure that's it. And No, we could drop down to verse 9. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure. Bear with me one quick second. Okay. All right, no sweat. Yeah, we're going to start at verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, right? Meaning what? Like we just was talking about. When you have these things, when you have, what is that called? Oh man, when you have non-financial assets, right? When you have land, you have property, you know what I mean? Non-financial assets. You know what I mean? You have businesses. Well, I don't know say those well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I guess you could say that. You got cars, you know what I mean? You got vehicles, you got jewelry, non-financial assets. You know what I mean? All of those things, when you die, will go to your children. You understand? That's what it means. Like if all of these things was given as an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? You understand? Like, listen, how we got to take the kingdom, man. You know what I mean? If we don't get through not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, if we can't put down the pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, man. If you can't stop eating tuna fish because you think it got microscopic scales on it or what have you. You know what I mean? If you can't stop murdering your babies with abortion, right? How will you receive the kingdom of heaven? Why would you receive this inheritance? Meaning what? That you are not even proven worthy to receive this inheritance. So why would you? This is the angel speaking to Ezra. Once again. You know what I mean? You don't pass through that danger. You don't get through that. You know what I mean? Why should the Most High bless you to such a capacity? You understand? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Now, Ezra is agreeing to what the angel just said to him. Like, basically, true that. You know what I mean? I dig, you know, I dig what you're saying. You know what I mean? And the angel said unto him, you know what I mean? You could dig that. So even so is Israel's portion. Meaning our inheritance, we won't receive our inheritance if we still out here prostituting, pimping, being drug dealers and drug addicts and whores and liars and thieves and jackboys and all of these things. We're not going to receive that. You know what I mean? If we don't, stop selling that crack. Stop selling that brown. You know what I mean? Stop selling and smoking that weed. You know what I mean? Stop being a prostitute, a whore, and stop being a pimp. You know what I mean? Stop lying. Stop stealing and thieving and being conniving and deceptive. You know what I mean? That's Israel's portion. But we got to get it. You know what I'm saying? We got to prove to the Most High that we deserve this kingdom. That we deserve to be the ruling class in the earth. That we deserve to be the ultimate and only superpower in the whole entire earth. You know what I mean? Let me see. Bear with me one second. I'm trying to see where I was just at. But that's it. That's what the angel's saying to him. This is how it has to be. This is the protocol for receiving this blessing, for receiving this reward. You understand? All right. So we're going to go into verse 11. Because for their sakes, meaning for the Israelites' sakes, right? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? That's all we talking about. Haitian, Jamaican, you know what I mean? All of that. That's all we talking about. I made the world. You understand that? The world was made for our sakes. You know what I mean? It was made for us. It was made for us to have dominion and rulership. The reason why we don't have it is because we disobeyed the Most High. You know what I mean? You shoved that pork in your mouth. You ate that pork chop. You ate that shrimp. You had a husband. You had a man, and you whored off on him. You was a man, and you slept with another man's woman. Your man's got locked up, and he served some time. And what you do? You went into his baby mama. That's why we're in the condition that we in right now. Because we didn't upkeep the standard that the Most High set for our nation. You know what I mean? If we did keep it, he would do nothing but bless us. But because we don't keep it, that's why he curses us or punishes us like a father punishes their child. But the punishment is for a purpose. You don't punish a child because you hate the child. If you did, you would let him run around and do whatever he wants to do. But the punishment, the purpose for that punishment is so the child gets straight and get right. You understand? That's the purpose for it. And likewise with the Most High and how he punishes the whole nation of Israel. He punishes you where you have to go into to your enemy. The same man that made you pick cotton for 400 years. The same man that raped your forefathers and your foremothers. You know what I mean? The same one that stole the land from right up under your feet. You know what I mean? And try to murder you to the point of no end. You got to go to that same man now for food. You got to go to that same man. Now, after that you done made him rich, now you got to go to see him for a job. You know what I mean? Straight like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Let's read on. Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, you know what I mean? Which is like what? What is this? Who is Adam? You know what I mean? Adam is the first brother that the Most High looked at and said, this brother is responsible enough to upkeep the garden. You know what I'm saying? To maintain the garden. You know what I mean? This brother is a responsible brother. I can entrust him with certain tasks and things that I need. You know what I mean? Adam was the first brother to receive the breath of life, to get these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? Adam, being the first brother that got the law, statutes, and commandments, he messed up by transgressing those statutes. You know what I mean? What is the statute? The statute is the written law. You know what I mean? So he messed up. He broke the law that the Most High laid down for him to obey. You know what I mean? When he fell weak under his woman. You know what I mean? So Adam transgressed the statutes, then was decreed that now is done. You know what I mean? And then just another note, side note, this to show you, for anybody that's saying otherwise, that we did have the law since Adam. The law didn't just pop up on the scene when Moses arrived, but we had the law since Adam. Why do I say that? Because how could Adam transgress, break the Most High's laws if we didn't have them until Moses? You understand? Then was decreed that now is done. You understand? So meaning what? Once Adam transgressed, once he broke the law, then it became hard to get back into the fold. You know what I mean? To get back into the kingdom. You know what I mean? That was the decree that now is done. You know what I mean? Let me see where we at. See if I want to go a little further. Bear with me 1 second. All right, yeah, so we're going to read on. All right. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. You know what I mean? That's the entrances of this world, that a society where we in rulership, right? It became narrow. You know what I mean? It became narrow. You know what I mean? It became hard to get back into. Full of sorrow and travail. Just look at the life that we live inside of America today. This is the life of the Israelites inside of America. You know what I mean? Whether they lynching you from trees, whether they convicting you of a crime that you didn't commit and making you serve time for it, an extensive amount of time depriving you of your life. You know what I mean? Whether you just poor, you know what I mean? You feel like you got to sell drugs in order to feed your daughter, in order to feed your son, your family, to pay the rent, the bills. But you feel like in order for you to do them things, you have to sell this drugs. Full of sorrow and travail. Candles, teddy bears, murals on the wall. You understand? Death, full of sorrow. When it comes to gun violence, black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, you know what I mean? We are the ones that suffer from that greatly. You know what I mean? Look at our communities. Just look at them. Plagued with gun violence. Look at all the shootings that happened in Boston. You know what I mean? I believe if I'm not mistaken, I believe the death toll is already up to 10 bodies this year. You know what I mean? In 2020. Well, how many months we in 2020 right now? And I can't even tell you how many Negroes get shot. You know what I'm saying? But we in what is it? January, February, March. We ain't even in March. So we like 2 months in. You understand? And none of that is acceptable. Nobody should be dying in where we at. You know what I mean? But that's what it is right now. You know what I mean? Full of sorrow and travail, man. Brothers and sisters growing up without no father in their household, that's full of sorrow and travail. A lot of these sisters are destroyed because of that. Full of sorrow and travail. You understand that? A lot of these brothers are destroyed because of that. Full of sorrow and travail. You know what I mean? Brothers out here emotional, effeminate as I don't know what. Because they ain't grow up with no daddy in the household. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing, man. You know what I mean? You listening to that woman all up in that house, you all up under women, you know what I mean? That femininity is going to rub off on you something serious. You know what I mean? You can see it all the time, brothers in the street, man. You know? All the time. Right? Arguing about simple things, fighting each other for simple things, physically fighting each other for simple things, shooting each other for simple and dumb things. You know what I mean? Dumb as I don't know what. And realize what it really is once it get cracking and on. You know what I mean? Once it really get on, now you damn. Because the cat looked at me stupid, now my man's is sitting in a box right here in my face. My man's is dead. Why? Because some cat looked at me wrong. I did something to him. Then somebody did something to my man's. And all because, why? Because somebody looked at me wrong. That's why my man's is dead right now. Because somebody looked at me wrong. You understand? That's effeminate. That's emotional. You understand? That's absolutely emotional. Full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils. What is perils? Peril is like danger. You know what I mean? So full of danger. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing and very painful. You know what I mean? Like, listen, man, you lose your best friend. That's going to destroy you. You understand? Family, friends, girlfriends, all of that, man, destroyed by the death of somebody. You know what I mean? It is very painful for a lot of people. A lot of people suffer great depression because of death. You know what I mean? For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure. You know what I mean? The entrances of the elder world, meaning the older world, the ancient civilizations, they were wide and sure. What does that mean? It means that there wasn't as much temptation as there is right now in this kingdom. You know what I mean? Right now, you looking on the screen, they telling you to pull because the other white meat. They trying to entice you with all these commercials with food or what have you, man. You know what I'm saying? They pouring butter on the shrimp, make you think, I might have to try that shrimp. I might got to try that lobster. You know what I'm saying? Full of temptation. You know what I mean? That now is full of temptation. The world that we in. You know what I'm saying? But then it wasn't so. You know what I mean? It was wide and sure. You know what I mean? We've been destroyed for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Inside of this hell. So now you got your mothers and your fathers. They've grown accustomed to living in this fashion. You know what I mean? So when you grow up, what's going to happen? They're going to take you inside that Christian church. They're going to take you inside that Muslim mosque. You understand? And because you got to go to school and you want to become successful in the world, they'll push you to abort your baby. They'll say, yeah, you should abort that baby. You know what I mean? Because they're destroyed, and that's what they've grown accustomed to from being in hell for so long. And because they live in that hell and they grew up like that and they raised you like that, you know what I'm saying? It's harder for you to come up out of that. You understand? Versus you living in an ancient civilization where, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't black people, the influence that come from white society. You understand? It wasn't that influence. You had brothers that knew not to eat no pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster. You had brothers, they knew the laws of the Most High. They kept it. They raised their children up in that way. You know what I mean? It was just much easier. You know what I mean? And you keeping the truth then is much easier because everybody in your family is in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's in your family is, they in the truth. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody keep the same law. Everybody, it is what it is. Everybody dresses the same. You know what I mean? Because that's the culture that's passed down. Everybody knows the same history. That's the heritage that's passed down to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, you come inside the truth now. What's going to happen? Everybody going to look at you like you are absolutely ridiculous and in a cult or whatever have you. You understand? That's how they're going to look at you. Like you in a cult, they're going to be like, this Negro is dressing radical. He's dressing differently. You know what I mean? They talking differently. They not eating no pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster. They doing this. Now you becoming the black sheep of your family. You know what I mean? And you love your family. You love them. You love everybody inside of your family. But now when you come into the truth, you find out they don't love you. You understand? And that's a hard thing to be like, dang, man, well, should I stop celebrating this Christmas? Should I stop celebrating these birthdays? Should I stop celebrating these Mother's Days, these Father's Days, this Thanksgiving? You understand? All of that. Should I completely change myself and, separate from my family? That's a hard thing to do. It's going to take some strength to do that. But in the ancient world and, where we was in rulership, and this was just second nature. It wasn't that hard. You know what I mean? That's why I say, for the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure. You know what I mean? You could have surety that your son wouldn't grow up to be a homosexual. You could have surety that your daughter wouldn't grow up to be a lesbian. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be certain. You know what I mean? Let's see. No. And brought immortal fruit. You know what I'm saying? What is the immortal fruit? Immortal fruit is the laws of the Most High, the breath of life. And the breath of life is the laws, statutes, and commandments. How do I know? Because it says immortal fruit. You know what I mean? Not mortal, but immortal. You go to, I believe it's Baruch 4:1. It tell you that the law endureth forever. You understand? That's that immortal fruit. Christ said, not one jot, not one tittle shall pass until all be fulfilled. You know what I mean? Talking about the law. He said he ain't come to do away with the law or the prophets. You see what I'm saying? And it brought forth that immortal fruit. That's what we're talking about right now. It brought forth obedience. Brothers and sisters wasn't out here dead. You know what I mean? Wasn't fiended out on the corners. You know what I mean? Wasn't high out their mind selling drugs. Selling crack on the corner, high out your mind. You know what I mean? It brought forth immortal fruit. Let me see. I read on. If then they that live, meaning if then they that live, that have the law, statutes, and commandments, that keep them, labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. I'm read one more time. If then they that live labor not, meaning you don't work, right, to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So if you live and you don't work, listen, you're not staying diligent. You understand? You're not staying diligent. The vain things, meaning things that are nothing, like that Christianity is nothing. Things that are nothing, like that Islam garbage, is nothing. You know what I mean? If you don't work, if you don't fight, if you don't work to stay out of that Islam, to stay out of that Christianity, because you could get sucked back into that Christianity. You know what I mean? And don't even know it. Get yourself sucked clean back up into that Christianity. You be in a what is that? You be up in a birthday party. You understand? Celebrating that thing clean. Don't even know it. You be back up in there celebrating Christmas and don't even know it. You know what I mean? Getting absolutely seduced with the subtlety from of these other these brothers and sisters that is in that Christian church and that Muslim mosque. Get sucked clean into that joint, man. If you don't labor to stay up out of that, If you don't labor to, because you're going to come in here, and like I said in the beginning, you will be tested. It's going to be brothers and sisters that try to tempt you to come back into the world. You know what I mean? It's going to be somebody that's just going, you going to be just chilling, maybe dropping the truth on some brothers or sisters or something like that, and magically a blunt appears out of nowhere. You understand? And somebody try to get you to smoke that thing. You know what I mean? They gonna try to suck you back into that Christianity. You know what I mean? Or maybe they bring some whores around. You know what I mean? And they hot and ready. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get it in. You might get sucked back clean into that Christianity. You understand? Or maybe somebody just want to front you some work. They done seen your whole style. They said, damn, this cat is disciplined. You know what I mean? They got brothers all over different, different chapters and different cities. You know what I'm saying? I could surely front them a pound of some weed. You know what I mean? I could surely front them a couple keys. You know what I mean? And they could push this work. You know what I mean? I have faith that they'll be able to do that. You know what I mean? You come up in this truth and you be hurt. You know what I mean? The Lord might bring you low for a hot second. And you know what I mean? Somebody drops some work on your lap. You know what I mean? And then you trying to get you right. And might tell you that's on me. You know what I mean? There might be a little extra in there. If it is, that's my bag. You know what I'm saying? There might be a little bit extra in there. If it is, that's on me. My fault. You understand? But take that. Get on your feet. You understand? And then come see me later. And we could get to working later. You know what I'm saying? Take that. That's all you. Just come see me when you finish. You know what I'm saying? It might sound right to you. Go back and get sucked clean into that Christianity. You know what I mean? Sister, letting them, you might be having problems with your man. You understand? You've been in the truth for a while. Maybe the brother get another rib or something like that. You want to chill with your homegirls for that night. They want to get you to start backbiting on your mans. You understand? They wanted to hear all the gossip. Let's gossip. Tell me the scoop. What's going on? You know what I mean? And you just vulnerable as can be, and you want to just spill all the beans. You want to tell all the business that's going on between you and your husband inside of your house. You know what I mean? With another broad. You know what I mean? Or your whole gang, your whole squad. Freak squad. You know what I mean? Out there, they getting it on. You know what I mean? You got a brother that won't throw you away for nothing. These broads is hitting the club, getting bust down, and going back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? And doing that over and over and over again. Contracting all type of diseases. You can only imagine it. You know what I mean? With all that comes with that promiscuous, how you say that? You know what I mean? With being promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? And you want to just spill the beans. You want to tell them all about it. You want to start, they're going to try to suck you back into that Christianity. They're going to try to get you to go to the club with them. You know what I mean? They're going to say, man, just forget about him. Yeah, he talking about he want to get multiple wives. Oh, man, he just trying to be a pimp. You know what I mean? What kind of man of God is he? He trying to be a pimp or something like that. You know what I mean? They going to try to pull you back in and get you to whore off on your man. You know what I mean? How would he like it if you slept with another man? How could he sleep with other women, but you can only sleep with him? Yeah, see, that's that Israelite stuff. That's that Israelite mess. You know what I mean? That's why I don't mess with that cult life. Yeah, you just want to be a whore. You know what I mean? And you going to get sucked back clean in that Christianity, man. You understand? It's a horrible thing. Now, therefore, why disguisest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? You know what I mean? Why disguise thyself? Why you gonna go inside of that Christian church, man, and just try to look like you good, man? You know what I'm saying? You want the appearance of looking godly. You understand? Why are you disguising yourself like you something, like you a woman or a man, a god, and realistically you a whore. You understand? You a drug dealer. You know what I mean? You a drug addict. You a fiend, a fizzle as all can be. You know what I mean? Most lioness, most thievingest. You know what I mean? Trifling as you want to be. Why disguises thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? What is the corruptible man? The corruptible man is the old man. You understand? The old man, that old woman. You know what I mean? Why you want to go up in it? You being that old man and that old woman inside of that Christian church and that Muslim mosque, man. You ain't nothing new. You just doing nothing but wearing a disguise to cover up you being a pedophile. You understand? All of that filthy, nasty pedophilia that go on in that Christian church. I mean, and they're laying with little boys and little girls. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, why in the heck you want to lay with a little boy and a little girl? Something seriously wrong with you. You know what I mean? And you would never know it. Cause this cat go to church every Sunday. You understand? He goes to church every Sunday. But he in there molesting little girls and boys, touching on them. You know what I mean? And if you are black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, and you know the reputation of the Christian and Catholic Church, all of them popes that done got found for sleeping with little boys and little girls. If you take your child into a Christian church or a Catholic church or any form, any branch of Christianity, you take them to any of them churches, you absolutely hate your child. You hate your child because you will let them go inside of that Christian church. You're going to let them go inside of there where it's irrefutable that pedophilia goes on in that Christian church. You can't refute the fact that there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of findings of the priest, the pastor, you know what I mean, the pope sleeping with little boys and little girls and getting found on it. You could look it up right now, type it in and ask Google. You understand? And you could just check it out and see how much cases of pedophilia go on in the Catholic and Christian churches, man. You know what I mean? And you gonna go up in there. You hate your child if you let them go up in there, man. Something sick. I mean, you need to look at yourself real quick. You know what I mean? You claim you love that child. You should never bring them to where a pedophile might touch them. You understand that? Why would you bring that child in there? You know what I mean? I don't get that. I don't understand it. If how that thing work? If the what you call that? Like if somebody get found as a sexual offender, you know what I mean? I think they can't go in next to schools or little kids or stuff like that. You know what I mean? If that's the case, and you agree to that if somebody's a sex offender, that they shouldn't be able to walk on school grounds, you know what I mean? Then you should agree that little kids don't belong in Christian churches. Because sex offenders dwell in Christian Catholic churches. You understand? They dwell in there. You can't prove me wrong on that one. You know what I mean? Let's see. Where we at? If then they lived, then they live or not. Now therefore, the wire down on more wires down, but mortal. Let me see if that's it on that. If I want to go. Yeah. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to try to grab this next thing up. All right. I don't want to get that one. Matter of fact. Bear with me. Bear with me. On the soul. Okay. And I don't want to get that. I don't think I'm going to get that. I don't know if we're going to have the time to get that. You understand? So let's check this out. Matter of fact, this is the one I do want to go to right here. You know what I'm saying? I do want to go to this one. So y'all bear with me. Proverbs 3. And we're going to go to verse 11. Proverbs 3 and 11. And then we'll move on. So Proverbs 3 and 11. Let me see. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, 11 through 12, right? Proverbs. Chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord. What is the chastening? Chastening is like, you know what I'm saying? Like let me just get the definition of it. Let me just get the definition real quick. Because I'm 90% sure, but I want to be 100%. Let me grab that for y'all real quick. Chasten. What does it mean to chasten? If you don't know a word, look it up. You understand? Don't guess what it means. Get the right and exact word. You understand? So let me see. Chasten, to cause someone to feel sad or embarrassed about something that has happened. There we go. This is the one I want. To correct by punishment. This is what I was about to say. To correct by punishment or suffering. You know what I mean? So don't despise being punished. You know what I mean? You might get disciplined in the truth. You understand? But it's for the good. It's for the good. You understand? So that way you can definitely change. You understand? I'll give you an example. You know what I mean? You might come up in here, be a brother in a city alone or something like that. And you might have to go, you're going to receive orders that you have to carry out. If you don't carry out the orders, you might have to drop and give 50. You know what I mean? I done had to bust out a couple of push-ups, you know what I mean? Because I when I was young in the truth, I had to do that because I jacked up on a few things, you know what I mean? Which is understandable. But I didn't despise the chastening. I didn't despise the punishment. You know what you said? You know what I mean? If you could take it and be humble with it, you say, dang, I do deserve that, man. Because I should have been over here at this time and I wasn't over there at that time. You know what I mean? Despise not the chastening. You know what I mean? Like you representing the Most High. You whether you a brother or a sister in certain aspects. You know what I mean? It differentiates between a brother and a sister. But if you a brother, you a representative of the Most High. So if a brother give you an order to be somewhere on time, you understand? And you trying to fish brothers and sisters into the truth. You know what I mean? They tell you be over here by this time. Okay? Every week and pass these flyers out. 100 flyers every week. Boom. Do that. You come through late. You not representing the Most High right. You understand? And the Most High is allowing you to represent him and wants you to represent him right. He doesn't want you to be like everybody else being late. He wants you to be on time like clockwork. Showing the brothers and sisters in the world that this brother is like clockwork. He gonna be back on this block at 1 p.m. and not a minute later. He might be 5 minutes early, but that's it. 12:55, 1 o'clock, this brother's here every single week, passing out the flyers. You know what I mean? Now you over there, you coming in at 1:15, 1:20, you know what I'm saying? And then next week you there at 1 and 12:55, then you there at 1:30 next week, you know what I'm saying? That ain't a good look. You understand? You want to show consistency. You know what I mean? But don't despise the chastening of the Most High. Don't despise the punishment. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna punish you. Neither be weary of his correction. Don't be weary of his correction. Like, oh, dang, I'm getting checked again, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's going to happen. You know what I mean? You coming fresh out the world, whether you a brother or a sister, you coming fresh out the world, and you're not used to, to being a soldier. You know what I mean? You're not used to being a soldier. You're not used to being a daughter of Zion and knowing what that's like. You know what I mean? So, because of that, you're going to get corrected. You know what I mean? And because you keep coming to class, you know what I mean? And you keep, showing up. You know what I mean? That brother or that sister, that brother that's over you, you know what I mean? He's going to correct you on it. You know what I mean? He's going to correct you, and he's going to keep correcting you until you get right. But he's not correcting you just because he wants to hear his voice. He loves yelling at people. He's not correcting you because he loves to yell at you. You know what I mean? He's correcting you because he wants you to say, excuse me, when you in his classroom. You know what I mean? He wants you to have manners. He wants you to be respectful when you come, you know what I mean, before the men of the Lord. You know what I mean? He wants to reform you and absolutely transform you into what a daughter of the Most High is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Try to make you tender and delicate. You know what I mean? You've been, the sister be so hard in the world, you come up in the truth, a brother got a dang near, try to finesse a way to make you tender and delicate. You know what I mean? You're going to get checked if you just keep blurting out and thinking you have the authority to do so. You know what I mean? It's going to get stronger. It's going to be stronger sometimes than others. Sometimes we might just, okay, hey sis, just check it out. You might got to just turn it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you got a question or something like that, just say Salakia. You know what I mean? Everything, you might try to lighten the mood up, just laugh with it a little bit or something like that. So, initially, because it's expected, because they don't have that understanding initially. You know what I mean? But as time goes on and now you offending habitually to the point where you disregarding the rules, now you're going to get corrected every time, of course. But now, as it becomes habitual, now the check-ins are going to start to get a little stronger. You know what I mean? You're going to get a stronger check-in next time because you're not, regarding what the rules are. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You got to check the spirit. So, don't grow weary of the chastening, though. Don't be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this, man. I don't want to mess with these cats no more. All they do is trying to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? They always want to tell somebody what to do. Like, I'm supposed to be doing this. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown woman. You understand? Listen. You a grown man. You a grown woman. But you still a child. You a baby when you come up in here. That's why when you come through that door, we call you young man, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we say young woman. I don't want to say that. You know what I mean? I've been calling sisters, but you know what I mean? You a sister, but you a little sister. You understand? But you a baby when you come into this truth. We'll respect you as a man or a woman. Well, I won't say respect you as a man or a woman, but I'm going to say we'll acknowledge you as a man or a woman when you come in here and you start to, follow the rules. You know what I mean? You follow the rules, you keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? I hate to just be so general like that, but you know what I mean? You come to class, you learning what's lawful and what's unlawful, and you making them transitions. You know what I mean? You might be a sister or a brother that come to class with dreads on your head, and then, you know, you think you a grown man or woman. According to the Most High, you're not. You know, you need to chop them dreads off. You know what I'm saying? That's childlike to have dreads on your head, according to the Most High. You know what I mean? Like when you come up in here and you really start to keep these ordinances, keep what was laid down for us to keep. That's when you're acknowledged as a man or a woman inside of here. You understand? Until then, you're just a young man or a young woman. You know what I mean? That's what you are. And you need to be corrected the same way that a child needs to be corrected. Because why? A child don't know no better. You understand? You know what I mean? For whom the Lord loveth, right? He correcteth. And the reason why, you know, they say that we hard on the sisters and stuff like that, or what have you. We tell them to cover they behinds up and all of that and what have you. We not hard on the sisters, and we talk about the abortions and, you know what I mean, how women run their mouth and they need to stop running their goddamn mouth or what have you, you know. And they say that, you know, we hard on the sisters and we hate black women and all of these things, but we don't hate black and Hispanic women. You know why we doing that? Why we talking about it? It's because we correcting that woman. You know what I mean? Same way that we correct the brothers. You know what I mean? Nobody says that we hate black men or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But when we correct the sister, then it's a problem. I mean, you tell a brother stop selling drugs, he need to stop selling drugs. You know what I mean? You tell a brother, you know what I mean, you know, get in order in any type of way, it's okay to tell him that. And when you start talking about a sister, then it's a problem. But it's not because we hate black women. You know what? We actually love black women. You know what I'm saying? We telling the sister to cover up because we don't want our sisters out here busting out like that. You do understand? These other heathen niggas gonna look at you like you a whore. And I done seen it firsthand. I done been with heathens and they look at that whore over there. Ooh. And just good night. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they look at them. You know what I mean? When you looking like that. And they don't respect the sister like that. And that's why, you know, not saying it was right in any way, but certain situations, a sister got to learn when to hold her peace. Just like the sister Corinne Gaines when that cop pulled her over. You know what I mean? There's certain times you want to hold your peace. You know what I mean? Just take a ticket or something like that and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Don't escalate the situation to a boiling point and you got your child in the back and you know what I mean? You know this man is a murderer and he will kill me right now with my child in the back and he'll kill my child. You understand? So, you know, we don't want to see that happen to sisters. You know what I mean? So we tell them to, you know, they got to tighten up and things like that. You know what I mean? But don't despise the correction. We do that because we love a sister. You know what I'm saying? Even as a father, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying. Like we love brothers and sisters that come into this truth. Like a father loves their son, a son who they delight in. Like I like this brother or sister right here. You know what I'm saying? They got the potential to be something great inside of this truth. You know what I mean? We gonna get them right the way they need to be. You understand? So let's drop that and let's go to Hebrews 12:5. All right. We'll drop that, go to Hebrews 12:5. I mean, this is the part of just getting it right. You know what I mean? When you come up inside this body, man, because, you know what I mean? You want to get that kingdom, man, you're going to have to go through correction. You know what I mean? If we didn't correct anybody, you know what I mean? What differentiates us from the Christian church? If you don't correct nobody, you know, you can't tell nobody what to do. What's the difference? There is no difference at that point. You know what I mean? So let's go to Hebrews 12 and 5. And then you have all the same, like you'll come through and you'll just still be that pedophile, you still be that homo, you know what I mean? You still be that lesbian, all that, man. You still be that drug addict, you know what I mean? Still being a fiend on all kind of drugs, sipping lean and popping pills and smoking weed, you know what I mean? Doing all manners of wickedness. You'll never change. If we never talked about, you know what I'm saying, if we never told you that listen, when you come through the gate, at the gate, we tell you, you can't bring no drugs in here, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're going to have to go get rid of that and then come back with it. You're not bringing no weapons in here. You're not bringing no drugs in here. You know what I mean? If you got it on you, if you still want to come to class, you got to go put that, go somewhere and stash it in a cut or something, but it just can't come up in here. Don't bring weed to the Passover. You understand? Don't bring no weed to the Passover. Don't bring no vape machines or nothing like that. You understand? I just want to put that out there. Don't bring none of that garbage that you on. Don't bring no cigarettes to the Passover. Don't bring no weed edibles or nothing to the Passover, because it ain't coming in. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go out, you're going to get checked when you come back in too. You understand? So you might as well just stay in. You know what I mean? But we not doing that. There ain't going to be no, you getting this up in here and that up in there or what have you. It's not going down like that. You know what I mean? But we don't let that come up in there. You know what I mean? And then check a brother. He say, if we did let him bring it in, like, yeah, go ahead and smoke that cigarette, sis. Go ahead and smoke that square, brother. You know what I mean? You can eat the weed out there, what have you know what I mean? But nah, that's not going to happen in here. You know what I mean? So let's go to 12 and 5. Hebrews 12 and 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you which speaketh unto you as unto children. Right? So we forgot about this, right? My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord. You know what I mean? Hold on, bear with me one second to make sure if that's what I wanted to get. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, so my son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord. You know what I mean? Nor faint when thou art rebuked to him. You know what I mean? When you get checked, when you get corrected. Listen, don't fall out the truth. Don't fall weak and fall up out of the truth because you got checked. You understand? Because you getting checked, that's why you falling out the truth. Don't fall out the truth because you getting checked, man. You understand? That's how, if you do that, then you despise the chastening of the Lord. You hate the correction of the Most High. You know what I mean? You should be corrected if you're doing something wrong. If you don't want to be corrected, then do what's right. You understand? Once you find out, but you got to find out what's wrong, but you're going to get checked. You know what I mean? But don't fall out, man, just because you getting checked. Because the brothers say, hey, sis, when you come to class, you got to cover your head. Hey, sis, when you come to class, you got to, it's protocol that you wear a dress when you come to the classes. You know what I mean? When you come to our class, we going to check inside that purse. we going to hit you with this metal wand. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Christian church. Ain't no Dylan Roof going to get up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you want to leave because you don't want to get your bag checked. You can't appreciate that we are making sure that you are safe, that we making sure we are safe. that everyone is safe that's under our care. You can't appreciate that? You know what I mean? Don't despise the chastening of the Lord and don't faint. You know what I mean? Don't fall weak. You understand? Don't fall out the truth for no goddamn correction, man. You know what I mean? Don't fall out the truth for that. Tell a brother, come up in here. You got to wear all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. You know what I mean? For 90 days. You come through with that Nike check on, and that Nike check ain't black, all black. You know what I mean? And we tell you about that. Don't fall out the truth because we checked you on having a white Nike check. You left the truth because we told you couldn't have a white Nike check on your shirt for the 90 days. Is that why you left the truth? You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Or you know, it's a whole gang of reasons why you could just think about what's specific to you. Something you getting checked on, and if you thinking about leaving the truth because you getting checked on something, think about it and just listen to what the Most High said, man. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he received. You understand? If you don't get checked when you come inside of this truth, if the brothers don't tell you to put on all black, they don't tell you to put on that scarf or to cover your head, or you know what I mean, or to wear that dress, or they don't tell you can't bring no weed, no drugs in here, or nothing like that. You know what I mean? They don't correct you. They don't tell you to raise your hand. You know what I mean? Watch your mouth. Watch what you say on Facebook. Take a break from Facebook, brother. You're not permitted to teach until you become an officer, brother. You understand? Stop teaching people scriptures on that Facebook, because you're not allowed to teach for this 90 days. You know what I mean? If you can't take that correction and you want to fall out because you want to do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen, the Lord don't love you. You understand? I'm sorry to tell you that. You know what I mean? And the Most High don't love you. If we don't do that, he doesn't love you. If you don't get checked, the Most High don't love you. You understand? You're not the son of the Most High. You're not a daughter of the Most High if you don't get checked. You a bastard. You understand? And the Most High is not your father if you don't get the checking. You understand? If you endure chastening, meaning if you endure chastening, as we're talking about endurance, you're going to get some checkings in this truth. You understand? You definitely going to get some checkings inside of here. If you endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. You know what I mean? The Lord will treat you like his child. He'll treat you like his son or his daughter. You know what I mean? Because he's enduring the checking. She's enduring the checking. You know what I mean? That's how the Most High going to deal with you. For what son is he whom the Father have not chastened? Like I said, you ain't the son of the Most High. At that point, you not the son of the Most High. If you don't undergo that chastening, if you don't get that correction, you don't get checked on things, you know what I mean? Get checked on being late or what have you, or anything like that. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers, we be late in the world, you know what I'm saying? And then you come up in here and you find out you really got to be on time for things. You know what I mean? You can't do that late stuff. You know what I mean? I've been coming up in here. I used to be late for everything except when it comes to the truth. You know what I mean? Be late for everything. You know what I mean? But now you coming to the truth. Now you got to be on time for this and in the truth. You know what I mean? This about the Lord right now. We doing the Most High's work. We definitely got to be on time here. You know what I mean? Let's see. Furthermore, We have had fathers. Oh no, that's pretty much it on that, right? I won't go any more on that. Let's go to Galatians 5:17. That's one of my favorites. This is a hardcore scripture. Galatians 5:17. Where it's at. Let me see. It's lucky I ain't reading out the book. Just, you know what I mean, given the space. You know what I mean? It's more convenient to get it like this. Galatians 5:17. All right. So we going to read that. Make sure if I want to start up a little more. Let's start at 16, Galatians 5:16. Okay, hold on, make sure. Hold on, Salakia. Just want to see everything that I want to get. That's right. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so we start at Galatians 5, and then we'll go to 16. You know what I mean? We are approaching the time limit here. So I'm trying to see what I could fit in and all of that. And see if I want to tag some more things on to that Galatians 5:16-17. So that's all I'm looking at right now. But I definitely think I will, just because. All right, so let's go ahead and get it. Galatians 5:16. This I say, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You know what I mean? You walk in the Spirit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You embrace the Spirit of the Most High. You know what I mean? You're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh, the things that your flesh desire. We'll get into that a little later. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit. So the flesh and the Spirit are in opposition to each other. What the Spirit wants is not what the flesh wants. Vice versa. You understand that? I'm gonna say it one more time. What the Spirit wants is not what the flesh wants. You know what I mean? Now, and these are contrary one to another. Like I said, they're in opposition to each other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So you cannot do the things that you would do. You know what I mean? That's a demon. If you ever had the thought and you said, dang, I want to stop smoking cigarettes. I don't want to smoke these cigarettes. You know what I mean? You just keep smoking cigarettes. You're like, I want to stop. I don't want to smoke these cigarettes. Why do I keep smoking this cigarette? That's because your spirit knows that I don't need to be smoking these cigarettes. You come in the truth, you like, I don't want to smoke cigarettes no more. And you telling yourself, you're like, dang, I gotta stop smoking these cigarettes, man. But you still smoking on the cigarette. The cigarette is in your hand, in your mouth. Smoke coming all out of your mouth. You understand? Because that's what your flesh wants. Your flesh wants that nicotine in that cigarette. But you don't want that cigarette. Your spirit doesn't want that cigarette. But your flesh wants it. Your spirit says it's wrong to sleep with my man's BMs like this. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? you know what I mean? He locked right now, but dang, you know what I'm saying? Shorty acting like she want the business. You know what I mean? Your rod wants to disobey. Your flesh wants to disobey. You know what I mean? Your flesh wants to go up in that joint. Your man's BMs. While he's locked up in prison and you haven't sent him one kite. You know what I mean? Put no money on his books. And now you know what I mean? Your flesh wants you to go up in his woman. Right? But your spirit is telling you that this is wrong. I should not be doing this. You know what I mean? And that's why it's a demon. That's a demon that you have on you that will make, how do you not want to do something, but you still do it? Something is making you do it then. If it's not you doing that thing, if it's not you that wants to do that, then what is it that does want to do that thing? That right there, that's a demon. You know what I mean? Let's Salakia. Let's drop down to 19 because what we talking about. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, meaning they gonna show themselves. They manifest, which are these, and these are the things that the flesh works and that it want. The flesh will employ you to commit adultery. You understand? That's what it says. That's not what the scriptures say, but that's what I was saying. Which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. You understand? Your flesh will employ you to commit adultery. You understand that? It definitely will. You know what I mean? It'll cause you to fornicate. What is fornication? Unlawful sex of any kind. You understand? Uncleanness. You know what I mean? Lasciviousness. Idolatry. Worshiping that white Jesus, that Mother Mary, that what's that stone in Mecca? The Mecca stone? That they call Allah? I don't even know that garbage, man. Salaki. But worshiping a rock. Idolatry. You know what I mean? The worshiping of false idols, deities. You know what I mean? Witchcraft. Your flesh wants you to put crack in a pot. Put coke in a pot and make crack. You understand? Your flesh wants you to do that. That's witchcraft. Making and selling crack is witchcraft. You understand? What you think? Think about what a witch does. What does a witch do? A witch got that pot. She's stirring that pot. You know what I mean? She got a big old pot over a flame of fire. And she in there putting all type of ingredients together, making herself a magical potion. You understand? That'll alter somebody's reality or something like that. Making a magical potion. What you do? You in there with the flick of the wrist over the pot, coke in the pot. You understand? Same way. Whipping up that potion. You know what I mean? Making that crack. Something that's going to alter somebody's mind. That's witchcraft. You know what I mean? You give somebody that crack, they losing their goddamn mind on the street. You looking at this cat like, yo, it's something wrong with him. You like, I hope they don't come sit next to me on this bus doing all that wild styling because I might have to get up on that. You know what I'm saying? You hoping you ain't got to do nothing. You know what I mean? But it's like, but you clearly see that this cat is off something. Whoever gave him that is a witch. That's witchcraft. Crack is selling crack is you selling crack, you a witch. You know what I mean? You making crack, that's witchcraft. You know what I mean? Hatred. You know what I mean? Hate each other like I don't know what, man. I remember, cats just be you could be right in front of somebody. You know what I mean? Me, I personally hate this. And I'll call you out on it every time. I don't do none of that. I'm straight and direct with everything that I say. You know what I mean? I don't do none of that sneaky talk. But in the world, there'll be a cat that you will hang around and he trying to, what they call it, sneak dissing you. You know what I mean? You hate a cat that you're around every single day and you're saying slick things like no one can pick it up. You know what I mean? You understand what's being said. You hate this brother and that brother hates you. And y'all talking slick back to each other all day, every day. And y'all just keep on doing it. You know what I mean? You hate him. He hates you. She hates you. Everybody hates it. The black woman hate the black man. You know what I'm saying? All kind of things, man. You know what I mean? Hatred going on. If you sell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians crack, you hate black people. You understand? If you sell crack, you hate your people, man. Hold on, I wasn't there, right? Oh, dang, we right up on the time, huh? We getting up on there. Let me see if I pull more of these things. I think this one will be better. Let's go to James 1:13. There's a lot of people be trying to do this. I had a problem understanding this when I first came in. It's a question you ask, but you know what I'm saying? Once you get the clarity on it, I mean, it's not that hard to get a grasp on it. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard because you say you be like, dang, man, well, why is the Most High tempting me, man? That was the Most High that, you know what I mean? Why would if God wants me to obey him, why did he put this brother's woman in front of me like this and make her come get me? You know what I mean? If God doesn't want me to sell drugs, then why don't he give me why doesn't he make me a millionaire? You know what I mean? And why is the crack prices so low right now? Why do I got, you know what I'm saying? Why do I got all these connections to sell drugs at an affordable rate that'll get me an excellent profit at a fast rate? Why would the Most High not just give me a job? You know what I'm saying? And why would he put this crack in front of my face? Why would he put this weed in front of my face? You know what I mean? All kind of madness, man. Listen, don't blame the Lord for your shortcomings. But let's go. Hold on. Let's get it. Let's because I'm probably only gonna be able to get this last one, and that's it. James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. Listen, man, it's the Most High's fault I sold that Flav, man. You know what I mean? It's the Most High's fault I smoked that weed, man. I had a bad day. I was angry. I almost killed somebody. You know what I mean? But I needed to smoke that weed. When I smoked the weed, then I ain't want to kill nobody. I mean, why the Most High ain't just let me have a good day? You know what I mean? Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. You know what I mean? For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. You know what I mean? The Most High didn't tempt you out. The Most High didn't tempt you, sis. You know what I mean? The Most High can't be tempted with evil. You know what I mean? Neither does he tempt anyone with evil. You understand? But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So this is what it really is. What it really is that All along you had that lust to sell that crack. All along you had a lust to get fast money. You understand? All along you had the lust to eat them pork chops. There wasn't nothing else to eat in the house. I didn't have nothing else. You could fast for one day. You be alright. You know what I'm saying? You be alright fast for one meal. You know what I mean? What was really in you was you had a desire to eat that pork. You know what I mean? You had a lust to eat pork. You know what I mean? That's something that you lusted for, and because you saw the pork, you ate it. And that's what it was. You had a lust to smoke weed, and because you smelled weed, you smelled the weed, you saw the weed, somebody offered it to you, you smoked it. This is God trying to make me smoke this weed. No, man, that ain't the Most High trying to make you smoke that weed, dog. That's you wanting to smoke that weed, and because you do, that's why you're going to. And that's it. Simple and plain. You understand? Try to see if I get one more of them things in there. If I should, matter of fact. See, I know I be doing a bad job keeping up with that YouTube, man. Let me see what's on here. You know what I mean? Let me see. No. Okay. No. Hey, Shalom, y'all was small the thug boss, y'all was shy. Ra'aya. You know what I'm saying? Ra'aya. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where we at on the Facebook before I close it out. Got 3 more minutes. And then I'm gonna, sign out. Well, let's see. Where we at? Y'all bear with me. Don't. Okay. Let's see. No. Okay, no sweat. No sweat. All right, so with that, we're going to wrap this thing up, all right? Okay. With that, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Baraka Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Shemal, the Thun by Shem Yahweh Shah, to my sisters. Okay. One West. You know what I'm saying?